Hey everybody, I'm Darren and I'm the beekeeper up in Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful day today here in Pennsylvania, about 50 degrees, so I figured this is the perfect time to do my winter hive inspection. Got 9 hives that I put to bed back in November, and I see they're flying. So the bees are flying. They're kind of like buzzing me already too, but I put them to bed back in November, and like I said, it's 50 degrees out and I need to check bees. Who's flying and who's dying? That's what I got to find out. There's bee activity. A couple of them don't have activity. See that right there? Flying bees. Bees out on a landing board. Some bees have some of the hives have no activity. That kind of worries me a little bit. There's one hive over there that has a mouse in it. It has a mouse problem, so I'm gonna have to get in. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to get into that hive possibly and see what's going on, get that mouse out of there. I'm gonna have to evict the family of mice. But for most of these bees, these hives, I'm just gonna pop the tops off and see how they're doing with sugar. And I use the mountain camp method. So I'm gonna pop the tops off and give them sugar if they need it, and I don't know, just look around, poke around a little bit. I really don't want to dig into them too much. This isn't the perfect time of year to be doing this, as far as like pulling frames and stuff like that, but it's fine. This is the time of year that you do, if you're not doing this, new beekeepers in Pennsylvania. If you don't plan on getting into your hives, you really need to. You need to see how much feed your bees have. We've already made it through the hard part of winter, I guess, like the cold spell, like November, December, January. But now February, maybe for the next 6 weeks, it actually gets more difficult because it's still cold, and then there's the whole risk of starvation. So that's why you need to do this. Okay, so at a quick glance, all of my hives, that one's a dead out from last year, all of my hives have activity. Actually, this one doesn't have activity, but I tapped on it. There are bees there. This is my my single that I overwintered. There are bees there. And here, there's bee activity in this nuke. And then there's very little activity here. This is where I'm having a mouse problem. You can see where the mice just chewed right through my mouse guard, which is my fault for using such a crappy setup on a mouse guard. But this is like 2 different hives right here, so I gotta check the top and the bottom. And this bottom, this is the one I gotta tear apart, unfortunately, get that mouse out of there. There's bee activity there. Makes me very happy. I love this hive. I love these bees are awesome. These are Beams bees. And this is the hive. It gets a little bit aggressive at times. It's kind of crabby. I don't know what's going to happen when I open this thing, but this is the one that I got from the cutout that I did last year. And so that's what I'm going to do. Everything seems to have activity except for this bottom half of this hive. So we'll find out for sure what's going on. But let's go ahead and get into it, get this over with. It's a beautiful day for this. Remember, new beekeepers, if you're not looking into your bees, you need to open those, at least crack those tops and see how your feed stores are, and add sugar if you need it. So let's get started. This is what I made in the fall. I switched to using these insulated covers rather than using the quilt box. But when I listen in there, I can hear some gnawing going on in there, and I'm wondering if those bees are just gnawing away at this insulation. So I guess I'll find out. Whoa, there's a bee there. How'd that happen? It just flew right out of there. Okay, let's get into this. Oop. Yeah, those bees are in there. That whole top, my insulated cover and everything came off. All right. Just take this top off. See what's going on in here. Oh, there you go. And there they are. They could be chewing away at my insulation, but I like what I see. Nice healthy cluster. This is a nuke, but this looks really good. There's still some sugar. That's my AP tablet. They're going after the AP tablet. I don't know if you can see that. Right there's my AP tablet. Sugar. I use the mountain camp method, but what I'm doing different this year is I'm using these Swedish dishcloths, because a lot of times, like if you just put the newspaper down, like it'll just, once in a while these will collect so much moisture that it'll just kind of, like the sugar will just kind of dissolve right through the newspaper. So I'm trying the Swedish dishcloth, which seems to be working pretty good. There's some mold on there though, so that there's some moisture absorption happening here, but everything looks good. I'm gonna put a little bit of sugar on them, just a little bit. They're eating right through that. Give them some sugar. There you go. They're going after the sugar, but heck, who knows? They could have quite a bit of stores, honey stores down in there. They're just happen to be going after the sugar. Okay, well this hive looks really nice. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I think they're in good shape. And I'm going to put the top back on. They're a little bit grumpy. Can't say as I blame them. And I'm going to let them alone. And then once I'm done with all these hives, then I'm going to seal these back up with the painter's tape and then put the lids on them. But let's move on to the next hive. Oh, this lid's coming off a little nicer, a little easier. Yeah, there's some gnawing going on inside this hive too. I don't know if you can see that. I'll see what's going on in there. Lift this up. They're gonna, this will freak them out. That's why I'm going to give them just a little bit of smoke. Give them a second. Let them know I'm coming. There's the inside of my inner cover, my insulated inner cover. Very easy to make. And look at that. There's a nice cluster there. One, that smoke. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 seams of bees in here. I mean, it's not, this hive was weak from the start, so I was kind of concerned about it. They're not touching the Appy tablet. Plenty of sugar, so they obviously have like plenty of stores, so I'm not worried about these bees at all. I'm not even going to give them any sugar or anything. They're good to go. I'm very happy with this. So put the top back on. That's all I need to do. I don't need to mess around. I don't need to pull any frames or look at anything. I'm happy with what I see. Now let's move on to this hive over here. Oops. This hive here is a little feisty, so I don't know what to expect when I open this one. I'm going to give them just a little shot of smoke just to let them know I'm coming. Don't freak them out. Give them a few seconds. This is actually one of my old quilt boxes. That's why I have the screen on it. I just converted it into an insulated inner cover. Or a shim. Kind of like a feeder shim, I should say. Oh yeah, look at that. They look real nice. Real nice. Real nice and healthy. Lots of bees. Very excited about this. I got bees from here all the way over to here, so looks good, and they're not really digging into the sugar too much. The Appy tablet looks like it's definitely melting, but this looks good, and I'm not going to bother them anymore. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Let's take a look at this hive here. They're in there making some noise. This is a mean hive, so this is the one, you know, when I open this one, I usually work this hive last, because it's the one of those hives that once you piss it off, it just doesn't let you alone. The bees just buzz you the whole time you're in the yard, but I'm just gonna go ahead and check it anyway, get it over with. Give them a little wee bit of smoke, not too much. Let them know something's gonna happen. Oh, they're coming out already. This is gonna be a quick inspection. Cover off, cover on. Hopefully it doesn't need sugar. Yeah, here they come. Yeah, I told you. They wouldn't be too happy about this. I don't really want to disturb them too much. They look good. Look real good. I'm happy with that. Except now I got bees all over the place. Shit. This is the part I don't want to kill any bees. Little feisty. They're good honey producers though. Okay. That inspection was fast, quick, it's over with, quick and easy. That's the best way to do it. Oh, not bad. There's some dead bees in there. Go figure what that's about. Here's my inner cover, what's going on in there. But a couple dead bees. And I actually got newspaper in this one because I ran out of the Swedish dishcloths. But I mean, they look like they're okay. I mean, I don't understand just a few dead bees laying on the top. But there's a couple seams. This one was a little light to begin with. So yeah, I mean, they're alive. A couple dead ones. I don't know why they're dead, but they are dead. Anyway, I'm okay with this hive, being that it was light to begin with. So I'm gonna put it back together real quick. Get in there. Surprised they're not coming after me, actually. Okay, this is the single that I overwintered, and this hive here actually, it was real weak, and I didn't think it was gonna make it. So, and just at the last minute, it was like, actually it was in like a nice day in November, I decided to reduce it down to 1 box because I thought, like, being in 2 boxes, there's no way it was gonna survive. And let's just see what's going on with it. I know there's bees in it, but I don't know how many, to what extent. Like that. A little bit of smoke. Bees are coming out. You ready? Take a look. Oh, look at that. Nice. I'm not complaining. They got all kinds of sugar. Everything looks good. there's some bees in there, so it's looking good and healthy. And they're going after the AP tablet, not a whole lot, but they are on it. So I've seen everything I need to see. I don't think it's real. There's a little bit of moisture in here, not a whole lot. So I don't think they're in any danger at all. I think they're looking mighty fine. So I learned something this year, that you can overwinter bees, even smaller clusters, in singles. So that's going to be a new thing that I'm going to add to my beekeeping decisions. New strategy. All right, now I got a nuke that I want to check, and this one here gets a little feisty too. It's really beautiful out here, isn't it? I'm lucky to have this opportunity to have my bees out here. All right, now let's take a look. I'm gonna let that on there. Okay. One thing I don't like about this, like this side-by-side setup on the nukes, is when I open this side, all the bees would flow over into this side. So I'm not looking forward to that. It's a mess sometimes. And these bees have a tendency to get a little bit aggressive. They're good producers though. All right, let's give it a second. Bees are already getting a little cranked up. Make this quick. Oh, so they're running low. They're going through that sugar, so we're gonna have to get them some sugar. And let's make it real quick. A couple of them are on the appy tablets. Come on, bees, out of the way. Smoke them out of the way. Can you guys, girls, get down there for me? I'm surprised they're remaining this calm. Let me put some along here. Oops. Not good. Yeah. It's funny, I thought this hive, of all my hives, I thought this one had the most stores in it. There's definitely some bees in there. All down in all those seams, there's bees all through there, so I'm happy with that part of it. I think they'll be good. I think they're good. Now that they're fed. Alright, bees. You need to get in there. Get down there. There. Okay. That was quick. Quick and easy. That's the way to do it. Now let's get the hive with the mouse. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top, look at this top box first. I don't want to take this off, but I'm going to have to, because I know that there's mice in here, and they're just devastating this hive, this bottom hive. I don't even know if there's any bees alive down in here. I hope there are, but I'm a little bit skeptical. I know that I didn't know this, but like mice will actually eat bees, insects. So, all right, I'll get this unwrapped, and we'll dive in and take a look, see what's going on. Just gonna give them a little bit of smoke. This was really a weak hive. That's why I ended up combining them all down into one box. Then I decided to put them, I'm using a double screen divider board here. I decided to put them over this hive, this bottom hive, because the bottom hive was weaker. Now I'm worried that bottom hive might no longer exist. Well, there you go. There it is, it's still alive. I'm not gonna mess around too much. I just saw a mouse flying by me. I might have just kicked those mice out. So, let me see. I don't wanna disturb too much. Do they need any sugar? Are they? Yeah, I'm gonna give them just a little bit. Just a little bit. They're working on the AP tablets too. Not a whole lot, but they are. Well, those look good. I'm surprised. Now for the part that I don't want to see though. That bottom hive. You can see where the mouse chewed in, and this is all my fault because I did not use a decent mouse guard. But the mouse chewed right through there, and they actually pushed through here too. And then there's all kinds of like wax, like flakes and just chunks of wax. That's mouse damage. So I'm gonna pop this really bad example of a mouse guard off. I don't want to lift this hive, but I gotta get in there and get it on video, see if anything's gonna come out of there. I did see one mouse running past me here a few minutes ago, so they might be gone. I'm gonna give them a little puff of smoke. Sometimes if you puff a little smoke in there, those mice will come right out. You see some bees. It's a good sign. No mice. Well, I hate to do this, and I know somebody's going to say, no, you can't tear apart a hive like that in the wintertime, but I have to get in. I'm not going to pull any frames, I'm just pulling this top box off. Let's raise this up. There's a camera angle. See, and this is another one that I didn't use the Swedish dishcloth on it. I used newspaper, and let me get this off. Some bees on there. Not much of a colony, at least like from what I can tell. Let me get my flashlight. I got a flashlight here. If I can look down in there. There's bees, not as many as I would like to see, but there are bees. Yeah, there's honey there. There's some honey there. Nothing there. What's here? There's some honey. Looks like there's some honey there. Okay, I know. I don't want to do this, but I figure since it's nice out, it's nice and warm. We got warm temperatures ahead of us. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift this box off, see what's going on, and I'm gonna put this over it. Help them out a little bit. Wrong way. Great. Because I'm lifting this box off because I want those mice out of there. I just gotta get them out of there. Make sure that they're out of there. Alright, that's heavy. Well, as heavy as that was, I shouldn't have to worry about any starvation. That was heavy. Maybe they're not. Look, and there's bees there too. Not a lot, but let's see if I can see a mouse down in there. There's a dead bee. Yeah, there's a mouse nest. I'm gonna pull some frames. See what's going on. Alright, let's see if there's any mice down in here. Oh yeah, nice big nest in there. Let's check this out. That's what the mice did. That's all mouse damage. Get these damn mice out of here. Tore that one all up. Not to mention, they peed and pooped all through my box. So this box is going to need to be removed and cleaned and painted. Well, they got a mess in there. This is why you need good mouse guards. And it's all my fault. More damage. I mean, honestly, like the noise that I heard in this hive, I thought that there was more. I'm surprised that this is all the more damage that there is. Oh, there's a full, almost a full frame of honey there. No wonder the bees are all up on top. Who in the hell wants to live in a bunch of rat poop and everything else? How about it? All right, now I got to get this out of here. Somehow. Yeah, mess. Yeah, gross. What can I scoop that out with? I decided to take it apart. Okay. Everything's all cleaned up. Put it back together. Bees are still in the box. They held on through it all. Just put my frames back in. Just put this frame right in the middle. That's where the cluster's at, so the cluster can find it. So, ready for the top box. Oh boy! Yeah! That's one heavy box. Now for the top box. Get some of this garbage off of there. There. So, done. Now I gotta put a mouse guard in there. Okay, and technically this isn't even really a mouse guard. This is just an entrance reducer. But it'll be enough to keep those mice out. Okay, there you go. Mouse is gone. Hives put back together. Everything looks good. I'm happy because that was bothering me. That I knew that mouse was in there doing damage, and I finally got rid of it. Okay, now I got to put everything back together. It's going to take a while. Okay, well, I'm finally finished. It didn't take long. That last hive that I did, actually, we had to get that mouse out of there. That one actually took the longest, but like most of these inspections, I just breezed right through them. I'm happy that only one hive needed fed. All my hives are doing okay or strong. When I put these bees to bed, like I had a couple weak hives that I was very concerned about, but they seemed like they even improved a little bit over the winter. So, I mean, at this point, I'm not worried about anything. A lot can happen between, say, now and like the end of March. You know, could have a polar vortex come down through or whatever. But we had some cold weather in January and didn't affect any of the bees at all. Even like that's when I was worried about my small clusters, because some of those temperatures went down to around like 0 degrees Fahrenheit. But they're doing well. They're doing good, and I'm happy to see that my insulated inner covers seem to be working pretty well. I didn't have see any real major problems with moisture or anything like that, so I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm gonna check my fence because I'm having problems with my fence. See how that goes. My fence has been down a good bit this winter, and I think a lot of it had to do with rain and a lot of cloudy weather, but the fence looks good, the bees look good. Next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pollen patties on. I'll probably give one round of that. Then probably sometime in March, then that red maple pollen, it'll start, and I will maybe put out some ultra bee in beginning of March, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good year. So anyway, I'm Darren, and I'm a Pennsylvania beekeeper. See you next time.